I've still got my coffee with me. Let's see if we run into anybody interesting that we can chit chat with. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing? My name's Alex.
Hi, I'm David.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, likewise.
You trying to get a ticket to get into the exhibit?
I am. I was hoping to get a ticket, but not successful.
Yeah, it looks like they're sold out.
Yeah.
All right, you headed home somewhere, or what's going
just
on?
around the corner.
Oh, really? Cool. How long you been in China?
29 years.
29 years. Oh my, wow. Do you have time just to get a coffee and chat about it? I'd love to talk with you.
Sure. Or if you want to come by my place and have some tea, we can do that too.
That'd be great.
All right.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Come on in. Welcome.
Thank you. Wow, beautifully decorated place.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've collected different pieces of art and different things from various trips and from family.
You've been living here for a while?
10 years this year
In this apartment?
in this apartment. I forgot to offer you some tea.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's go get some tea. So what kind of tea would you like? Pu'er, Juhua, Molihua, green tea, Longjing, black tea, a blend?
So many. Maybe you know more about tea than I do, so I'll just listen to whatever you recommend.
Okay, let's go with one. It's a blend. It's called Afternoon in Shanghai.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. And we'll use my grandmother's teapot. And for a little cup, what color would you like?
Let's go with blue.
I will use green.
So you're very skilled at making tea. You know a lot about different teas?
I spent my first 3 years in China in Longyou, which is a tea growing area, and I worked for almost 3 years. You can go into the dining room. Please take a seat.
Thanks. If I've done the math correctly, that means you've been in Shanghai for 26 years?
Exactly, yep, 26 years. I like to joke with people when they ask where I'm from. I joke and I say, that's Shanghai. Yeah, or at least half Shanghai, since I've lived more than half my life in China.
Right, so you speak Shanghai.
Shanghai but really just the basics,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, enough to get by.
So where are you from back in Canada?
Well, it's an interesting story and maybe a little bit of destiny. I was born in a suburb of Montreal called Lachine, or in French, Lachine. And in French, Lachine translates into China.
Right.
And when they say, no, I don't believe that you were born in China, I show them my passport, and the place of birth says Lachine, which means
it means
China.
That's a crazy twist of fate, isn't it?
Yep.
This one really caught my eye, this painting right here.
So this one I bought in Hong Kong. The other thing that I like about it is it's not flat.
Right.
So it's textured. You can, if I put my camera phone, you can see.
yeah.
It really shows the colors. It really reflects the light.
Yeah, I see that.
This one was done by an artist from Heilongjiang.
Oh.
So not surprising that there's snow in it.
Right.
But this one I like because it's a very cool feeling, and it reminds me of my university days when I used to wait for the bus in the winter.
Right. It snows in Canada as well, yes.
Yep. Yeah. So this little figurine, this little fisherman, my grandmother made that.
Wow, really?
Yep. So that's very special to me.
Yeah.
These glass sets, these cocktail sets, and those were wedding gifts when my mother and father got married.
Okay.
And then this is also interesting. I don't know if you know what this is.
I would guess that maybe it's some sort of small barbecue utensil or instrument or something.
Good guess. Actually, it's to display flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was given to my grandfather by the Horticultural Society in Montreal. He was well known for growing roses and gladiola, and he started the first public garden in Montreal. I can show you some of the things that are interesting from this angle. Yeah. So you can see People's Square. That's the Grand Theater right there.
Right.
And the Shanghai Museum, which is really great. Their permanent collections and exhibitions are really great.
That's where we met a minute ago.
That's where we met, yep.
Okay, yeah.
Also just not too far walking is the Urban Planning Museum.
The city was definitely different when you first came here.
It has changed a lot. So when I first moved to Shanghai Pudong Airport wasn't built.
Really?
Even the Gaojia wasn't built. When I first moved to Shanghai to work, coming from Longyou to Shanghai took 12 hours.
Right, and now you can get down there, high-speed train, what, hour and a half or so?
Less than that, probably.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of changes.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Shanghai's got this great energy.
Yeah.
It's very forward-looking. I think there's a great sense of optimism here. And I think for a long time it's attracted people from all over China, all over Asia, all over the world, and they bring together, and it's a fantastic place to live. But speaking about change, I have some photos from my first trip to China.
Really?
In 1992, if you'd like to see them.
I would love to.
All right, so let me show you a couple pictures from my first time in Shanghai in 1992. This is the Bund,
Yeah.
Waitan. This is Lujiazui, looking from the Bund.
Oh my, completely different.
Yeah, but I actually visit a lot of different parts of China.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean, this is just kind of I went from, landed in Hong Kong, then I went up to Guangzhou, then over to Wuzhou, to Yangshuo. Yangshuo was very different then. Over to Liuzhou, then Kunming, Dali, Lijiang, Panzihua, Chengdu, Chongqing.
Wow.
I took a boat to Yichang,
Yeah.
and then I visited a friend who was teaching in Wuhan.
Right.
Then up to Beijing, then down to Shanghai, and then left on a boat back to Hong Kong.
Look at this old ticket. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I kept a few of the mementos.
Right, definitely. Awesome.
Yeah, and in fact, I kept a journal
Oh.
of my trip. It was about 9 months through China and Southeast Asia. Yeah, so it was really it's fun to go back and read through the different adventures and the different countries and the different places in China that I went to. Or it's pretty common that when people graduate university in Eastern Central or other parts of Canada, they put a big maple leaf on their backpack,
Right.
and they spend the summer in Europe. Since I studied about China, I put a big maple leaf on my backpack, and I came to China.
So I noticed this is a headdress, or what is it?
I bought this in Indonesia.
Okay.
It's a traditional headdress
Oh, wow.
worn by brides. So I don't know, it's a little bit tarnished now, but I don't know if you can see that. It was quite sparkly at the beginning, but there's a lot of gold and red.
It's beautiful.
And this is what they would wear for their wedding.
I also noticed these chairs here. They look really interesting.
Yeah, these are from M on the Bund.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. When they closed and they were auctioning off elements, so I thought it was really nice to have a piece of such an iconic gathering place and legendary restaurant. So I was successful in acquiring, and I had them polished and refinished, and here they are.
Yeah, it's almost like a piece of Shanghai history.
Absolutely. But I've got more artwork in my bedroom if you'd like to see.
Okay, let's check it out.
All right, let's go.
Oh, look at this painting. This is really colorful and interesting.
Yeah, this one was done, it was a gift from a good friend of mine who used to live and work in Shanghai, Robert Vanderham.
Very sort of modern, geometric shapes and things like that.
Very
Yeah.
colorful. Very bright. So it reminds me of him. A different style from this one. This is done by an American friend, Gabriel Munguia.
Okay. It looks like it almost has, with the ink wash, kind of like an Eastern and Western kind of blend, maybe.
Yeah.
I did notice over here, though. Let's look at this, because I know that these license plates look like maybe they're from the U.S. or Canada.
These are from the U.S. This was a gift from my good friend Kimberly Dassey, who's American.
Oh, I see the panda as well. Yeah.
I have to have a panda.
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
pandas. Everybody loves pandas.
Definitely. I forgot to ask you, what do you do here in Shanghai?
I work in executive search. Since coming to Shanghai, that's what I've done. So it's 26 years now. So I'm a headhunter.
Okay,
Yep.
definitely. Well, that makes sense that you know a lot of people from different places and have different friends from around
Exactly,
the world.
exactly. I forgot to show you my study. Would you like to see that?
I'd love to.
All right.
Got a lot of books in here. Oh, is that a Xinhua dictionary?
This is a Xinhua dictionary. It's very old and it has been around the world.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit grubby, but this was a lifesaver. Yeah, and I have some other Chinese literature like Chinese classics like Xiuji, A Journey to the West,
Right.
and Honglomeng, A Dream of the Red Chamber. Yeah.
I see that you got a wine cabinet here behind you.
Yeah, I enjoy a good glass of wine, so I've got a little bit of a collection here. Would you like a glass?
I would love one, but I can't right now. Maybe next time?
Sure. Well, I look forward to it.
All right, wonderful.
Alex, good to meet another friend. Make another friend in Shanghai.
Wonderful to meet you, Dave.
Great to meet you.